super tight. Great thing to do every single day. This would be one of those postures that we would say if you were stranded on an island would probably make your top 5. So I'm going to have Melissa start off with a strap first. You've done this a million times in class, or at least if you do this in class with me, you do it almost every single time. So I'm going to have her draw her right leg in towards her chest, and she's going to bring the strap to the bottom of her foot. And you can put this in a variety of ways. We're not going to make it too complicated today. She's just going to straighten her leg upward. And once her leg becomes a little more straight, and you want to watch because your knee might want to bend on you, especially if you're pretty tight, then she'll begin to actually strengthen the leg, strengthen the front of the thigh against the back of the thigh. So she'll strengthen a little bit to get an opening along the back of the leg, and you can play around with how much you flex that top foot to get an additional stretch within the back of the calf, the heel. So you might try it this way in class. I'm not going to have you here too long because I'm going to show a couple different variations of this, especially if you find that this version is difficult for you. In class, the leg begins to shake. You find that the shoulders are really hiking up to take hold of the strap. Sometimes it's just nice to do a different version of the posture, or in my case this morning, it was a rainy day, I felt slow to get going, and I decided to use the wall. So that's what we're going to do next, just with the one leg. So she's going to go ahead and come on out of that, and she just did her right leg, and so maybe we'll take the left leg up the wall and right leg. So I'm just going to have her scoot over to the right of her mat. Actually, if I would plan better, we might have put the mat a little closer. So I'm going to have you scoot over a little further so that your right foot comes just to the outside, because your left leg is going to come up this wall. So I'm just having her do the opposite side since we worked with the right leg. So she's going to get pretty close to that one. You can actually scoot up the side. That's why it's kind of nice to use a sledge. And see how she's just going to start to gradually straighten. And actually, we're not going to use the strap, so we're just going to use the wall. So normally you would use a strap, right? So she's going to use the wall instead. And look how nice this is. She's supported. She doesn't have to hang on with her hands. She doesn't have to worry about creating excess strain in the shoulders, the neck. You're just supported. And sometimes just having that nice support allows you to let go. And so you can actually have the knee bent like she does. So that's great if you're super tight. If you have a little more flexibility, you want to take that next step, you could actually extend that right leg. I believe the book Back Care Basics calls us one leg in, one leg out, or something like that. I like to set my smartphone and do about 2 minutes on each side. So that would be another way to take this.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Can't say enough about it. So then the last version that we're going to do, I'm going to let her bend that left knee, bring the foot to the wall, and of course she has to do all the hard work of shimmying around here. But we're going to end up with both legs up the wall. So, you know, a little more challenging to get into. Notice how she's getting to the side of the wall. That helps tremendously. She's going to use her arms to swing her legs up the wall and just make sure that eventually her torso ends up being in line with the legs. And if you're really tight, you don't have to be flush against the wall to see the benefits of this posture. But in this case, she's pretty close to that wall. And then she's got both legs in the same place, or you know, maybe you did one of the previous versions with each side, and then you end with both legs up the wall. So just great passive stretch. I like to do this after tennis practice or having been active after a hot shower. Then I get my legs up the wall for about 10 minutes. I'd say maybe about at least 2 minutes, but you can stay in it longer. And on top of getting that nice passive stretch, you get a really nice relaxation benefit out of the posture. You know, so many benefits, great for insomnia, if you've been on your feet all day, many reasons to do this posture. In fact, there's another version that we're not going to show today where you put your legs up the chair that's even less strenuous, but a similar relaxation effect that happens within the body. And so we're not going to show today, but if you were going to practice this posture, you might even end with a little bit of a shavasana afterwards, because this would prepare you for that. And obviously you would take your nice deep breaths that you're accustomed to taking, and hopefully little by little, not only would your legs begin to let go, but you would essentially let go as well. and really begin to notice the benefits physically and mentally within your body. So Melissa is looking quite relaxed, so I think that my job here is done. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Versions of Supta Pangustasana, where we've got legs up the wall. Posture in Sanskrit. Melissa, how would you pronounce that?
Viparita Karate.
She's better at
Viparita Karate.
There you go, her pronunciation.